Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Grus' neighbour's house from the movie Despicable Me. I know that this seems like an incredibly random thing to make, but we do have a good reason for this. We are going to use this house and Grus' house, which I've already built, tutorials down below in the description, to make a brand new suburbs for the city. It's going to look really cool, and it's going to look a lot like the suburbs from Despicable Me. It's going to be a really cool thing to encounter in my city and in yours if you choose to build it. By the way, we're also going to be building Grus' car too. And Despicable Me aside, it actually is a really cool looking house, so even if you didn't particularly like the movie, it's a great house just to have in the city anyway. This is the amount of space required to make the house. Here are all of the materials that we will need to build in. Begin by placing 4 smooth quartz extending up from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then extend to the right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then extend down. We then want to extend right 1. Forwards by 2. 1, 2. Up by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then right 1, up 2, 1, 2. Right by 2, 1, 2. Down by 2, 1, 2. Right 1, and then extend all the way down to the ground. But we also want to extend this block up by 2, 1, 2. And whilst we're here, we are just going to place some blocks along the side of our roof. So we are going to place 2 mangrove planks along the side of the top of the roof on both sides, extending all the way up and down like this. And we will place an additional 2, 1, 2 at the very top as well. We want to extend all of these planks forwards and place upside down stairs in each one of the connection points, as well as on top of the connection points as well, so we get this really cool rounded effect that should look like this. And next we are going to come all the way down to the very bottom of our build, place a mangrove door here in the middle, and we can surround this with smooth quartz just like so. Directly above the door, place a mangrove stairs and extend it left and right. Then place 2 rows of smooth quartz inside of our empty space with 2 glass on top of the center block. 1, 2. Smooth quartz on top. Glass on top of that. Fill this remaining area in using smooth quartz just like this. Place end rods connecting the overhang above the door down on the left and right sides. We also want to grab a grass block, some mangrove trapdoors and a poppy for the purpose of placing a grass block here with a poppy inside of it. Then mangrove trapdoors surrounding the grass block, just like this. That's absolutely perfect. Next, we are going to come to the right side of the build and extend this smooth quartz block backwards. And then right by 3. 1, 2, 3. We then want to extend up by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then back by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place a glass block and then extend back by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can then both extend down, but we also want to extend across to the right by placing a glass block, 2 smooth quartz, 1, 2, and then we want to extend backwards by 2, 1, 2. We then want to extend all the way down, but also extend up and join to the front of the build, just like so. We then want to extend this smooth quartz to the right by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can join to the front of the build, and we can also extend down as well, just like so. Then we want to copy the roof shape that we have onto the back of the build. So we want to place 2 rows of smooth quartz block on top of these 3 middle blocks, and then extend this center block up by 2 as well, just like this. Then, all the way down at the very bottom, we are going to place a door right in the middle, with smooth quartz block all the way around said door. Then add another row of 2 smooth quartz on top, and then on top of this middle block place 2 glass, then a smooth quartz block on top, and then a glass, and then smooth quartz block left and right just to fill the remaining space in. So we are actually going to leave the back of the house a little bit less detailed than the front of the house. By the way, you never get to see the back of these houses, or at least not in great detail, and at least not in a way that I have been able to find. So if you do know that there is more detail on the back of the house, please do add it if you know better than me, which is very possible. So, now that we have done that, we are going to extend the roof all the way backwards. So, we'll start with the mangrove planks, and they want to overhang the back of the building by 1 row. We actually don't have to extend every plank though, because some planks will be covered up by these stairs anyway. So any plank that has a stairs block on the side of it, you don't really need to extend backwards. You'll understand this as we start filling in the rest of the roof, but for instance, like, we don't have to extend that plank backwards as we'll just have stairs on the side of it anyway. The only point where it will matter is on the end here. So like the overhanging row, we do have to extend down like this, but we can save a little bit of time by not extending those additional rows. It's a very, very, very minor time-saving tip, but time-saving nonetheless. So next up, we are just going to place the upside down stairs underneath the connection points like this. Then we are going to fill the sides of the building in. We are just going to fill in these gaps where we can. On the back of the build right here, by the way, so we'll place a glass block extending down from this glass, 2 smooth quartz block extending down from that, and then 2 glass extending down from that, and then we'll fill this remaining space in using smooth quartz. The side of the build here can just be filled in with full-on smooth quartz block extending all the way up to the glass that we have in the center of the wall. And then on the front of the build, we actually want the same as we have on the back. So we'll just add this row of smooth quartz here, 2 glass at the top, 2 smooth quartz, 2 glass extending all the way down. Next, we are going to make a little mini roof for this window. So we want to place a mangrove slab that extends off the side of the house and forwards, and it just sits a row above like this, or half a row above. We then extend the slab in, up, just like this, and then we take this slab here, we extend down, and then down. So this is the shape that we're looking for. We can actually place a smooth quartz block on top of the 2 window blocks. So then we can place a slab on the side here, hanging off the side and forwards, and we can extend up and in until we connect to this, and then we can place 2 slabs extending down to cover up that space. You can even add a couple more slabs just extending up on top of the middle block as well, just to give that roof that more peaky look. It's kind of cool. And whilst we're here, and this is an easy detail to forget, add a row of andesite wall right there, so connecting down like a drain pipe. And we want the same on the back of the house, because we've got to assume that there's probably one on the back of the house also. But this is where things also get tricky. So not only do we have those little roofs here, but we want to extend these mangrove slabs that we have placed to start things off on the side. We want to extend them inwards and upwards until they eventually connect together. You'll notice that they connect together above the central window that we placed. Very handy they ended up that way all by accident. And then we want to fill all of this empty space in using smooth quartz slabs, and then we are going to connect the mangrove plank blocks back to the house where we can, just like this. I'm noticing that we're going to have to, so it's kind of weird, like we've got to extend these blocks here. So let's start with the slab blocks. Let's just extend these slab blocks across like this. I just noticed we're going to have a gap unless we extend these blocks backwards as well. so that they kind of like smooth out in like this, if that makes sense. Otherwise we just have a weird patch of smooth quartz. Nobody wants that. So now that we have done that, I do also want to add two little minor details as well whilst we are up here. So there is a very tiny little chimney here. It's a stone brick wall with a light grey concrete on top of it, right there. In addition to that, there is a larger chimney extending from the actual main roof. So we take the first row of stairs that we have here and we line up one row in front of where we just placed our little mini chimney. Knock out this stair and then place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 mangrove planks extending up with a row of 1, 2 brick wall on top and then a brick slab. The end result will look like this. So now that we have done that, we can actually come all the way to the back of the build, of which we have done an enormous amount of detail, and we can extend this smooth quartz block in one, and then we can extend across and join all the way back to the very start of the build like this. We can then fill the side of the garage in using smooth quartz, just like so. There is actually a small window, we'll add that later though. We can then extend the garage walls all the way back to the house like this. Then we are going to, we need to fill in this area as well with smooth quartz. We'll find that there's a large chunk of that we need to fill in. Okay, the garage door, I'm going to stop saying it like that. The garage door is going to be filled in with mangrove stairs. So they're just going to sit behind and inside of the empty space that we have. And we'll just fill around them with smooth quartz like this. Then we are going to place a row of mangrove slabs that sits above, just like this, and above, okay, so above the front wall and the back wall of the garage. It's half a row above, and then we simply want to extend these slabs inwards and upwards. So you would think that we would eventually reach together in the middle. You would be wrong. We don't want a peak, we want kind of like a flat roof like this. And we can add some smooth quartz block to fill this in. Have a little window right here in the middle, just below the top, leave a gap of 1. And then we are going to, it would be easier, I believe, to fill in the wall from this point upwards. So here, it's always easier to connect the roof onto something rather than just kind of nebulous empty space. So then we can, those are slabs. Where are the planks? Okay, no, those are planks. They looked like plank. Anyway, so when I tried to copy the block, it said slab, but of course I've made the planks out of slabs. So yeah, okay, that's why they. Anyway, we're connecting the roof back to the house. Next, we are going to remove the first 2 rows of the grid and replace those rows with smooth stone. This will form a pavement or sidewalk or walkatorium. Next, we are going to place a row of smooth quartz block on the remaining outer part of the grid. This is going to be the fence. More of a wall really, but you guys get the point. Then we are going to extend the wall all the way across and line up with that end rod. Along the right side of the wall, we are going to place flowering azalea leaves. And on the left side, we are predominantly going to place oak leaves. They actually only go so far. So they line up with the edge of the house there. And then we want to remove all of this and place podzol there instead. We are then going to dig out a driveway. This is the same width as the garage door. And we are going to, I don't know why I keep saying it like that. And we are going to replace all of that empty space with stone. Then we are going to remove, well, I guess we're going to remove the door. But more importantly, the 3 blocks in front of it, let's get the door back. But more importantly, the 3 blocks in front of it, and we're going to replace them with smooth stone. Then we want to place an oak leaf here and here. Then we are going to remove all of the lime. No, we are going to remove all of the grass block and replace it with lime terracotta. And this applies to the back of the house also. Next, we are going to make a small paved path leading from the driveway to the entrance. So leave a gap of 1, place a stone pressure plate, and then leave kind of like a diagonal gap of 1. You guys can see what I've done there, and place another stone pressure plate. Then all the way over here, we will place a bamboo fence with a bamboo plank on top and a bamboo trapdoor in front of it. And that is a mailbox. And once you've done that, and with that final detail added, we have officially completed this tutorial. But the video is not over. We must now take the house and add it into our city. Luckily, we already have a plan for this, as stated in the Grus house video. We are going to use this house and clones of it to create a double-sided street for our suburbs. We are going to hide this street and eventually Grus' car in the modern suburbs. So kind of set out in a similar way as in the movie. We will have a bunch of these houses, Grus' house in the middle on one side of the road, and I guess just a bunch of these on the opposite side. We'll feed everything in with a nice little road system. We might even place some traffic lights. Who knows if we're feeling fancy? Maybe even a roundabout. Maybe. Who knows? It's a possibility. And with all that, and this video is over. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are looking for more things to make by me, check out the mini city builds playlist down below in the description for everything that you can have and will not see on the screen right now. We have city builds, video game builds, movie builds, cartoon builds, you name it, we have it. Check the playlist down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.